Hi, my name is Zulaiha Abubakar Amin. I'm a medical student currently pursuing my dream of becoming a medical doctor. Today we are here in my medical school where I've been learning, growing, and preparing my future to become the doctor I've always dreamed of, one where I can serve others through medicine. I grew up in Sabon Zongo, a vibrant and humble community in Accra, Ghana. Growing up there hasn't always been easy, especially for a young girl, but that instilled in me resilience, empathy. But in my community where I come from, not everyone gets that privilege of going to school. For instance, me like this, standing out in the community is because my mom helped tirelessly to make sure I get a very good education, which is going to impact the society. I had a cousin that lost her life to cancer, and then that was due to lack of resources in my community. So they weren't able to take care of her as she was supposed to, which at long last she passed away without even giving her palliative care. I want to become an oncologist to try and then make a change in my community and others as well, not just mine, so that others can benefit, even though she didn't get to benefit from that. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a doctor. But with what happened to my cousin, it just ignited a desire that has been burning in me to do more and then to make sure to look for change. My goal is to become a competent and compassionate doctor. It looks like that young, successful doctor who wouldn't mind treating people for free. That is going to be something really helpful for them, because where I come from, healthcare is not free. You need to pay for that. And then most people have to stay home because they cannot even afford the basic healthcare. And then I think doing that is going to really help my community. It's a very lonely path, and then it looks almost impossible, but most people have done it. And then I'm also not an exception. Everyone else can do. Being in medical school and then having maybe friends and families who are not in medical school would not understand the struggle of being in medical school. Because every day you have an exam going on, you always have to study ahead. You wouldn't always be present at parties, at marriages, at family gatherings. You would miss like a lot. What keeps me going is my mom. Coming from my community, and then not everyone getting this privilege, and then she always making sure I'm on my toes, and then seeing me the best of myself. I always don't want to disappoint her. So even if not for anything, for her, I have to get this. I talk to her almost every day. When I'm having a bad day, the first person I think of calling is my mom. When my studies is not really going well, the first person I want to discuss with my mom. I want to discuss everything because she's always there. What inspires me is the strength of people that keep going despite the odds, especially for young girls that dare to dream big. And then healthcare workers that dedicate their lives to take care of others. I imagine that every blessed day, and then how I'm going to impact the life of others with that. I don't know how that's going to be like, but it's going to be a dream come true. It's very important for me to become a doctor because I want to be part of the change I wish to see. Being a doctor is more than just a title, it's a responsibility. And for me, it's a purpose. I want to be a competent doctor, and then in order to be a competent doctor, I have to know my materials well. I have to engage the material, know my material very well to be competent enough to be able to take care of people. It means bringing healing, comfort, and hope to where it's needed most. Yeah, so I told my auntie, who was a nurse, knew how I really wanted to become a doctor. And then she was like, yeah, she knows someone. They come from the same region in Ghana. And then she would like to let us meet, and then at least I get to know what it takes to be a doctor. And then she took me to his office and then told him, oh, my daughter here wants to become a doctor. Is there anything you can tell her? So he told me the struggles that comes with being a doctor, but regardless that, I still wanted to become a doctor. And then he helped me with my medical school application, and then I got accepted into medical school, and here we are today. I do mentor young girls in my community to let them know their dreams are valid, and then they can also get to the top. We all cannot become doctors, but at least they should get something doing. Being it a skill, entrepreneurship, because we all cannot become doctors. Not everyone can do medicine. Yes, we all have our potentials where we do well. And so you have to try and then help them figure out what they do well most, and then help them there. If you want to pursue medicine, you should be hardworking and then be ready to stay focused. I have to move out of my comfort zone to achieve what I want, and it's worth it. And then know your why you are in med school, what keeps you going, because medical school can really be overwhelming, depressing sometimes. And then you need something to stick on to always be on your toes. A lot of people have started medicine, and then at the end of the day, they just had to drop out because they didn't have like the reason, and then nothing to actually back them up to stay in medicine. Getting admission to go into medicine is the easiest of all, but staying in medicine, it's a lot of work. My why is my mom. I want to make sure I become the doctor that I've always dreamed of, so that all her support that she did wouldn't go down the drain. For me to stay in medicine, she had to go extra mile for me, fight people to make sure I stay in school. That was the length she went for me. My mom has actually never been in school, but seeing others do well and then finding out I also want to be a medical doctor, she said, why not? You can also do that. There are days when things are hard, and then I'll call my mom, this is not really going well. She'll be like, hey, you can do this. A lot of people have done it. Why can't you? Yeah, and then she keeps motivating me every day. And that's what keeps me going. Let compassion lead you. Medicine is challenging, but it's incredibly rewarding, especially when you remember everything you learned today could save a life tomorrow. Medicine is more than just a career, it's a lifestyle.